Hello, everyone.
Basically, of course.
May I please have your Again, I just wanted to thank you all for coming, but I also wanted to acknowledge some of our special guests that came this evening. And I wanted to afford them the opportunity, if they wanted to talk or to say, tell a story or to say something about their experience while living here in Montclair. Excuse me. Hello? 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 Thank you so much. I wanted to give them an opportunity, if they wanted to just share a story about their experience being here in Montclair. Because I know, like, Mr. Brandon Lonnie, Ms. Henton, Ms. Brandon, Mr. Pelham, a number of you were born here, if not born here, you've been here the majority of your life, and it will give you an opportunity to share what it was like back then with someone such as myself, who unfortunately I'm not a Montclarian. So I just wanted to open the floor up for
We forgive you.
anyone that might want to just share any tidbit or any information. I would like to know from the group who was around when the house was coming down Bloomfield Avenue. That is the most fascinating thing to me I have ever heard. Could someone just talk to us about that?
Does anyone remember when
I hear people talking about it, but I can't hear it.
When they got it up on the truck, it came out Lackawanna Plaza to Bloomfield Avenue, and then up the avenue. And I think they had, I didn't see the whole thing, but part of the point that I read is that they had a lot of problems when they turned into Orange Road off of Bloomfield Avenue. That was their biggest problem. But one of the things that fascinated me, my wedding reception was in 1957, was in the building adjacent to the Y. That's where they had their gym was connected to it, and that's where my reception was.
All right. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll go a little bit.
Hold on, we got another sound.
From, I guess, 1953 to 1965, I lived on North Willow Street, right around the corner from this building. So there was a big lot in the back of the building that was a playground for all of the kids in my neighborhood on North Willow Street, as well as the kids around the corner on Greenwood Avenue. Now Greenwood Avenue, because it was in between the two streets. And we didn't know the kids on Greenwood Avenue, other than seeing them, in our space from time to time. And because they all went to Grove Street School, and the kids on my street, we went to Hillside School, which is right down the street here. But we used to fight over that turf. Like if they were there playing, we would throw rocks at them. If we were there playing, they would throw rocks at us. But once we went to junior high school, we all started to meet each other. When that stuff stopped. But I have very, very many memories of the things that we did on the property that was the YWCA. The gym that Ron was just talking about, we used to sit up on the roof when we were just kind of chilling out. We would climb up there and just sit and eat the pears, because there was a pear tree in that backyard. And we would get the pears, go up there on the roof and eat, and then sometimes we would have pear fights. And
So you're really a violent guy.
I've mellowed a lot. That's gray hair. But, yeah, I was a violent guy growing up. And just tell another story about fighting when I was growing up. So. But, you know, Montclair will always have a special place in my heart, as I'm sure everybody else here who grew up here will share, you know, those memories and those experiences. You know, we always look back to the times that were formative in our lives, and you know, it's really important that we try to nurture those experiences and the relationships that developed at that time. So I'm going to sit down now. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that, because it's those kind of stories that we need to pass along to our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, so that they know where they came from. Because a lot of times, we don't share the stories, and they don't know. And it's very, very important that they know. Ms. Hinton,
Yes.
tell me something, anything.
I was born in Mount Clair, and I don't mind telling you, it was 84 years ago. And my mother was born in Mount Clair, so we come a long ways through. But my experience at the Y, my first experience was back about 1944 or 45. With Kalana Kemp, who was a dance teacher. We did tap dancing and ballet, and that's where we did it, at the Y. Most of my Mount Clair experiences was more with the boys' Y, because of swimming. I was a swimmer, I love swimming, I still to this day. My grandchildren tell me I swim like I'm swimming to music, but that's how we swam. We did synchronized swimming at the Y, and we were taught that through Fern Pradier. So up until I was 16, 17 years old, I was from 5 years old to 16 at that Y swimming. However, when I became 16, my parents and other parents decided that they would take 4 girls, and I was one of them, and that was our coming out party. And the coming out party was like a cotillion, and it was at that gym that the man had just referred to. So that's where we had our big dance and coming out, and we were the ladies then. We were learning how to do the things that was always taught to us. So even dancing was a part of it. Then, of course, as I became an adult, I joined the National Council of Negro Women, and all their meetings were at the Y on Monday evenings. So I was so glad that I could come and be a part of a club-type situation, but it was social. And I later became the president of the chapter here in Mount Clair. So it was a great experience, and it was always there at the Y that was so comfortable for us. And I had friends that parent had died and lived at the Y. And of course, Mrs. Hortense Tate lived there, and she was a member of the church that I belonged to, St. Mark's. I've been there all my life. So Mount Clair has been really a safe haven for all of us, I think, as women, young girls use the Y. And the fact that we lived I was born on Willard Place in Mount Clair, and moved to Elmwood Avenue, lived there before they built the Catholic Church. And I went to Glenfield School for 3 years. Then I went down to South End. My parents bought a home in South End. So that moved me, that's where I met Naomi. And that moved us to Nishawayne School, and then from there to Hillside. So the friends that we had established, particularly at Glenfield, I didn't meet them again until high school. Because that's how separate we were in that respect. But walking, if it was in the evening, you were at a girlfriend's house and had to walk home, it was safe. Many times we didn't even lock the doors. And every one of us knew the other, in that section of town, so to speak. But, we grew up as all big family, because we were in and out of each other's homes, our parents were all friends to each other. I didn't have any sisters, so of course I hung with the girls that I played with and whatnot, but I had a brother, and it was just the two of us. But that's how Montclair and the Y particularly, I did, sorry, big point, I played basketball from the Men's Y. And I was around, I guess, 14, 15, 16 years old in that age group, so I did play basketball.
What was the name of your team?
Now, you got me. I have to think about that
So
one.
you had a good game.
Yeah, that was 14, 15, I don't know, that would have been about 1947, 46.
Wow.
Boy.
Well, I see, Ms. Hinton, that on the pictures that you've identified a lot of people.
Wow.
All right. That is really a wonderful thing.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have any other story that they'd like to share?
Dances at the Y.
Oh, the dance.
Dances at the Y.
Oh, you were.
Okay.
Dances at the
Ms. Harris told us about the dances at the Y. Go ahead, Ms. Harris.
Well, I was born in Montclair at Community Hospital, that's no longer there. But I grew up in Bloomfield, but in Bloomfield, there was no activity, so you had to come to Montclair. You know, if you wanted to socialize. But, in 1945 or so, I came to the Women's Y because Carlotta Kent was the teacher. She taught tap, acrobatics, and ballet. I took all three. And then later, when I was in high school, junior high, my father's secretary had a group of girls that she mentored, and she asked me to join the group, and I did, and we called ourselves the Los Amigos. And we had, we had sweaters, and we put Los Amigos on the sweaters. And on some Fridays, once a month, we would have dances at the Y on Friday night. I think it was from 8 to 12. And, you know, we had the record players then, didn't have DJs. The guys came in and we danced. But they also had a basketball team at the Men's Y. And they would play, they had a team, I don't know the name of it, but they played for the Men's Y. And that was the first time I saw, what's his name? Chamberlain. Will Chamberlain played for a Philadelphia team, and they played teams all around, but he came to play at the Y. And he was this real tall guy with a small head, and everybody was looking at him, he was strange. Came to be Chamberlain. But they would have basketball games on Saturdays, and then after the basketball game, then they'd have a dance. And the dance was over. So it was always something. The neighborhood center had a canteen on Thursday nights, and we would come to the canteen, and I think that was around 10 o'clock. And then they opened up Edgemont Hall across the street from where my office is now, and they were open till 3 o'clock. And the Cubaneers, I know most of you heard the Cubaneers, they used to play. They had live music, and they would dance. But it was just, Montclair to me was very unique because it had a black men's Y, it had a black women's Y, and there was always something for youth to do. And because we didn't have any of that in Bloomfield, you had to come to Montclair. And Montclair accepted people from Bloomfield. They didn't try to accept people from East Orange. You know, they wasn't the flag all the time. But it was just fun growing up.
Yeah, I know.
Getting to meet people, that's how I got to meet people. I don't know, Pat Dorsey was a part of our group, Mary Ann Goodwin was a part of the Los Amigos. Mary Roundtree, there was quite a few. I can't really think of all the names. You know, she was. But that was my experience, and Montclair is a great place. It was unique because they had, well, I don't know of any other town that had what Montclair has. To be so small.
Okay, well, thank you.
I like to piggyback on what Catherine was talking about. Back in 51, I was recruited by the Cubaneers to be in their band because one of the fellows went into the Air Force. And that's how I got to Montclair, how I got to meet my wife, by playing with his bands at Edgemont Hall. There was always some place for young people to go on the weekends, a way to meet other people, and it was usually Belleville, Nutley, the